Hello and welcome to eDub Conversions. My name is Kit Lacey and today we are doing part 1 of the electric conversion and restoration of this, our Swedish adventure wagon. A phrase I never thought I'd say, but there you are. Swedish adventure wagon. This is part 1 where we're going to go over what you see before you hear, the kind of quirks that are very different. And also then we'll go into multiple versions coming up in later videos over what the restoration looks like, going into the reveals of that and also the electric conversion aspects as well. So we're really excited to get stuck into this video. So stay tuned and let's see what's going on with a Swedish adventure wagon. So here she is in all her glory. I say she, sorry, I haven't checked. Just call them she. This is an adventure wagon. Now, it seems to me that adventure wagon is one of those things like the Dormobile and other brands where you get a particular vehicle, especially within the VW scene, that was just kitted out with such a finish that was so particular to that, shop that was doing it, that they kind of rebranded it. So you end up with those vehicles like this, which is a VW T2 or a transporter T2 or bay window, all these terms, but they get called those names. So you would call this, oh, I've got an adventure wagon. And it's not called that in any kind of official terms, but it just becomes something that gets latched onto the vehicle itself. Now, from what I can tell, I don't know what adventure wagon actually stands for. I should do some research and I'll let you know. Or if you know, put it in the comments and that'll save me some time doing research. But what's really unique about this that I've never seen before is that pop top. I mean, it looks like something out of the Jetsons, doesn't it? That's absolutely incredible. Now, it doesn't seem to move, it doesn't seem to pop, but that is your fixed pop top. So in there, you've got kind of raised windows on each side. You've got a decent kind of permanent space to sleep-ish in the top there. Again, you've got a little kind of skylight up the top, so this kind of permanent aspect. You've got a little cubby in there for storing. There was most of an awning inside there when it came to us. But I think that's kind of the trademark feature that I can tell from Adventure Wagon. You've got a rail in there for an awning. You've got some kind of poppers here on the side to obviously attach your awning onto. So it was meant to be designed as something that you would take out and you would enjoy and live in, really to that level. The other things that are really unique with this particular conversion as we go into it, so as of recording, this vehicle is going to restoration today. So we've had it here received, we've had it checked over by our restoration garage so they can then look over, talk to the customer about what kind of things they want out of a restoration, and then they can go back to the customer and give a quote for that. So that's really important part of our process. So many of our vehicles come in and need some level of restoration. But you can't just say it'll cost this much without seeing it. So it has to come here. We can project manage all of this for our customers. They can then have our VW specialist restoration garage down the road. And then they can have a kind of bit of back and forth about, I want new paint, I want metal work, I don't want this, I do want that. And because we've worked with the restoration garage quite a lot, it means that there's no kind of surprises, which sometimes happens when you come to electric conversions because you've got obviously engine, gearbox, etc. missing. You've got 12-volt stuff going on. So we take care of that as well. So this is on its way to restoration. Now, there's a couple of big things, such as holes in the floor, holes in the back there, and a couple of strange access holes for petrol tanks in the rear. Now, those are all superficial. So we've checked the important bits underneath, and those seem to be absolutely fine. So what we're dealing with is just superficial stuff on the interior, going for a respray on the exterior, so it's going to a different color. Not too different. Now, it's actually already had a respray. If you look very carefully, actually, you don't need to look very carefully if you're in front of it. Used to be a different shade of green, and it's been resprayed with this kind of metallic grass green over the top, but it used to be the kind of pea green underneath. I think the customer has decided to go for something still green, but something different. So that'll be really exciting to see after restoration. Other things that are really important to know at this point. So it is going to have a full camper interior. The end goal as of recording is that this will be available for hire in Sweden. So it's a Swedish vehicle. Adventurewagen is an American brand, so it's originally from California, but it was obviously exported to Sweden, is registered as a Swedish vehicle, and will be available for hire sometime in the next year or so once we've finished our work. But what was also really creative, I suppose, something that we've never actually had through here, are two really key features. Number one, seems to be that at some point this had an LPG conversion. So we've got a little sticker down here that's defining the LPG conversion. None of that is remaining. So for one of those things, we're aware of LPG conversions. They're very interesting, but it makes no difference to what we're doing with the vehicle itself, because they were added on to what kind of came out the factory, and our conversions are, the electric conversion is all kind of straight on to original vehicle and chassis items. So LPG is very interesting. The final thing, I don't know if I can get through this door. Yes, I can. So spot, I'll spin the camera around to make it a bit easier. Spot the difference, other than it being really gloomy and that tape deck being very original. So if you spotted it, it's an automatic. Now, here in the UK, that's very strange. You don't get many automatic T2s in the UK at all. So this still has its automatic gearbox inside. We are not keeping that. That has to go. But it's very interesting to be looking through that to see it. And it will, of course, be an automatic once it's electric. So that side of things won't change at all. But it's really fascinating as we look through this vehicle. There's so many things that we want to get stuck into. We've got a really good relationship with the customers over in Sweden. We're really excited to kind of see how this one turns out. But yes, I mean, so far there's kind of really great things that are there and some things that are a little bit worn down. So the other thing that's interesting is it's obviously gone through some level of an MOT equivalent over in Sweden. Again, if you know what that's called, why not let me know in the comments? Because certain things have been replaced, but specifically, like all the lights are brand new. All the seat belts are brand new. All the tires and wheels are brand new. But kind of everything else is still really old. So it's obviously gone through some kind of level of safety that says, right, let's tick that box, tick that box, tick that box, and make sure that it's a safe and secure vehicle before anything else restoration work gets started on. But we're really excited to get started on this vehicle. Can't wait to see what comes out the other side of it. It's going to be fun. Now, some of our previous before and after videos, we've been able to take our vehicles for a drive. That's not possible with this one. No engine in its current status, which is absolutely fine for our work. Maybe not so great for the video purposes, but it probably wouldn't have been very fun to drive considering everything's kind of taken apart. But we're really excited to get this off to the restoration company later on today. And then we'll be in really close contact with them to make sure that we're going over exactly what needs to come out, what needs to go in, what needs to be repaired, that we're not going too far from what the customer wants to specify, and to mainly have it all ready for our electric conversion system to go in. It's actually been swapped with another vehicle that's in the restoration garage that's also coming back to us, something that I don't think we've done a video on just yet, so I might be doing two at one. That one will come back again. That one is again, something a little bit different. It's another split screen, but this one is a panel van version. So I'm very excited to show you what that one looks like. And that's undergone the restoration that this is off to go for as well. So that's going to come back to us, and then we'll start to assemble our systems and install them into that vehicle. That one's going to be a lot of fun to look at as well. So thank you so much for watching. This is obviously part one. There'll be multiple parts coming up later about this particular vehicle. So we're going to look forward to what the paint is going to look like, what the interior is going to look like at the very end of the project. But we're getting it resprayed and repaired on the interior, and then we'll go into our electric conversion systems as well. And hopefully at the end of the process, we'll have some footage and some information about the hire program that is going to be going on in Sweden, so you can actually see it in the metal and maybe even stay inside. My name's been Kit Lacey. Thank you so much for watching. If you want any more details on what you've seen in this video, then why not head to our website. That's edubconversions.co.uk, where you can find loads of information, lots of our frequently asked questions, and also have a look at all the other vehicles that we've converted over the last 11.5 years. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.